Hey guys, welcome back to another RASK Maths tutorial. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how we can solve quadratic inequalities. So, an example of this might be x squared minus 7x plus 10 is greater than 0. Okay, so I think the main part of solving quadratic inequalities is to sketch the curve, or sketch what it's trying to ask you to see. So first, let's sketch y equals x minus 7x plus 10. So let's just sketch this graph. And we know this is going to have roots at x equals 5 and 2. We can solve that just like a regular quadratic. So it's going to look something like this. Wait, that was so bad. Okay, here we go. So we've got the curve, and now we're interested in this special region where x is greater than 0. So if you think about it, this line represents the x values, and this line represents all the y values, or the values of x squared minus 7x plus 10. So where it's greater than 0 is going to be where it's actually a positive value, or over this x-axis. And you can see that's clearly in this part, which is on over there, and this part over there. So all of a curve excluding this part down here. And it wants the x values which cause this. So we need to find these values. Obviously, we've just found them. We know that's 2 and that's 5. So from this, I think it should be relatively clear that either we want where, let me write it in green, we want where x is less than 2, so we get all of this bit, which is positive, or where x is greater than 5, and we get all of this bit over here. So that way we're just excluding this bit down here, which is negative since it's between the roots. Notice the use of the word or. Make sure you use or and not and, because x can't be smaller than 2 and greater than 5 at the same time. So make sure you always use or. So that was case 1, where it was greater than, and if it's greater than or equals to, then you kind of just use the same things. You just put greater than and less than equals to everywhere. So let's look at another case now. Let's look at x squared minus 5x plus 4 is less than 0. So again, let's just sketch this curve. If we were to sketch y equals x squared minus 5x plus 4, you can see the two roots are going to be x equals 4 and 1, like so. Going to look something like that. Not perfect, but it's all right. We'll take that. So you can see where we want it to be less than 0. Well, this is kind of the opposite of the previous one. So last time we were looking for where all of these y values, these are positive, and that was these areas here. But where we want the negative values, well, that's just everything beneath the x-axis. So in this case, beneath the roots. And in that case, it's clear it's just going to be all of the x values within the roots. So, you know, this x value is 1, this is 4, and we want to get all of these x values between them. So the solution is going to be x is greater than 1 and x is less than 4. Notice use of the word and here, because if we use and, because anything in between this has to be both greater than 1 and less than 4. If we used or, then you could use either condition separately. And we have to know we can actually write this one as one inequality. We can just write x1, x is greater than that, and x is smaller than 4, like that. So that's the solution for this. Now, a few tips and tricks before we go. Remember that if you got something like minus x squared, then the curve is actually going to look something like this. So it's going to be sort of the other way around. And you can get around that by just multiplying everything by -1 and remembering to flip the inequality sign if you multiply by minus number, which you just have. So thanks for watching, and that's how you solve quadratic inequalities. See you guys in a future tutorial. Bye.